In this demonstration, you'll learn how to perform a TCP and UDP-based port scan against a target system. Now I'm logged into my Kali Linux system. Let's take a look here at how to launch a terminal session. So up top on the floating toolbar, we have a terminal button, and that launches me into my terminal session. Now the first command that we're going to use Nmap as the tool to perform a port scan. And there's different types of port scans and different ways that you can perform that port scan. So my first example, I'm going to do an Nmap dash lowercase s, Linux is case sensitive, lowercase s, then a capital T. The capital T stands for a TCP Connect scan. So this scan type will do a full three-way handshake with each of the ports. And then I'm going to put a space in, and then you type in the IP address of the system that you want to do the port scan on. Now in this example, I'm just going to do a port scan on the IP address of 10.0.0.1, and I'm going to hit enter. Now this will take a minute, potentially, maybe 30 seconds to perform the port scan. Now notice that I haven't supplied what port numbers I want to scan, so Nmap does use a default list of port scans, or ports that it scans. So it's finished, and it checked the most common ports. I'm going to scroll up a little bit here. So it says starting Nmap 7.91 on this date and time. This is the report for a port scan on 10.0.0.1, and then it's going to have a list of ports. Now it shows that 983 ports were filtered out. So because no reply came back, it's not shown that in the results. But notice that I am seeing in the state column here, I am seeing there are a number of ports that it found open on that target system. And just to highlight a few of them, notice the very first one, it shows port number 21 using the TCP protocol is open, and that port is most likely an FTP service, right? So it kind of lets you know what the service is. TCP port 53 is a DNS port. Port 80 TCP is open, and that is a website using HTTP. Now, another example of a port, I'm going to jump way down bottom here. Port 1433 TCP is Microsoft SQL Server. So by doing this port scan, I know that this target system has an FTP server running, it has a website, it has a SQL server, and I'm going to pick one more here, and it's port 3389. When you look at port 3389, this is the Microsoft Windows-based terminal server. This is remote desktop running. So as I'm kind of building my profile of this target system, I'm kind of documenting that this system is running an FTP service, DNS server, a website, SQL server, and it's running remote desktop. And then eventually what I'll do is I'll try to find vulnerabilities for those items, right? But I'm not ready for that yet. I still want to perform more scans. So the next thing that I want to show you here is, let me clear the screen so you can see it better, is I did a TCP Connect scan. It does a full three-way handshake with each of those ports. But you can also do a half-open scan. So it's Nmap dash lowercase s, which means I want to do a scan, then a capital character to imply the type of scan. So this time I'm putting a capital S there, which means I want to do a SYN scan. It's a half-open scan. It means I'll send a SYN message to the port, it'll reply, but I won't do the third phase of that connection, okay? And again, we talked about this in the previous video. The reason to do a SYN scan or a half-open scan is you are sending less traffic, right? And so although I'm not doing a full three-way handshake with the port, I'm trying to avoid detection. And I'm going to use the same IP address, the same target system, and let's see what the results look like. Oh, so it says I need root privileges to do that. So I'm going to do sudo nmap-ss 10.0.0.1 and supply my password. And again, this will take 30 seconds. But what I want you to see here is although it's a different type of scan, the results are going to be the same, right? So underneath the scenes, it's doing things a little bit different. It's only doing a sending SYN packets. It's not doing a full three-way handshake, but in the end, it's the same result, right? So port 21 is open, port 80 is open, port 1433, the Microsoft SQL Server, 3389. So from a results point of view, it is very, very similar. So that's how I can perform a TCP Connect scan and a half-open scan. Let me clear my screen. The next scan type that I want to show you, I'll do the -ST. I'll do the TCP Connect scan. So I showed you how you can scan a single IP address. But what's important is you can also scan an entire network, right? So I can do .0/ and then supply the CIDR notation for the subnet mask. So in this case, it's going to go and do a scan on the 10.0.0 network, right? So this means it's going to scan 254 addresses, right? So the benefit is you can use Nmap to do a full scan of the network. Now, it will take some time. So what I'll do, when I hit enter here, I'll pause the video and it'll take probably 2 or 3 minutes and then I'll resume the video again. So I hit enter and it's going to do that TCP Connect scan. Okay, so that only took a few seconds, and really it's because in my test lab environment here, I don't really have a lot of systems. I think actually there's only 2 systems running, which is the target system, the Windows Server, which is 10.0.0.1, and the other one is the Kali Linux machine. So it actually didn't take long. But when you take a look at the results here, it shows, okay, Nmap scan report for 10.0.0.1. So even though I supplied a network range, it's coming in back and it's saying, hey, here's your results for our first system we found, which is 10.0.0.1. Notice that the results are the same. So it's showing you all the ports that are open on that 10.0.0.1 system. And then when I scroll down a bit, after it shows all those open ports, then it goes and shows you the next computer it found or next device. So it's saying Nmap scan report for 10.0.0.19. Now the hook is there's actually no ports open on this system. So it's saying all 1,000 ports that were scanned are actually closed. But what's important here is we do know that the host is up and running. So it did do a ping sweep. So Nmap is doing a ping sweep to find the systems, and then it does a port scan on those systems. So that's how we can go and do a port scan of an entire network segment if we wanted to. Let me clear the screen there. And the next thing that I want to show you is important as well. If I go and do an Nmap-ST, lowercase st, capital T, 10.0.0.1. Back to this example. So I showed you how we can do a port scan on a single system, or it could be the whole network by doing a .0/ and then whatever your subnet mask is, right? So I'll do /24. So that'll do that whole network segment. So you can do that, but what's important is I didn't really specify a specific port number that I wanted to scan. So if you wanted to, you could specify specific port numbers with a -p. So let's say I want to scan for port 3389. And then you still specify the target IP address, or it could be the target network, right? The 10.0.0.0/24. So here I'm actually saying just scan port 3389. What this is useful for, and I talked to, in my networking courses, I talked to the network folks about this. Port scanning is not just used by penetration testers. It can be used by networking people to find out what services are running on systems on the network, or it could be used by security professionals, like a scenario where management comes up to me and they say, hey, Glenn, there's a huge security vulnerability with remote desktop right now. How many systems do we have running remote desktop on our network? So what you could do is you could use Nmap to find out that answer. So I could do Nmap-st-p for port 3389 is the port that remote desktop uses. And let's say I did want to do the whole network. Since I know it won't actually take long, I'll do the /24. So I'm going to scan my whole network for devices that are running remote desktop. And the benefit here is that, from a pen tester's point of view, you may know of a vulnerability that will get you into the system running remote desktop. So that's why you're doing a port scan for specifically port 3389. But from a security professional point of view, as somebody that's trying to protect systems, you may want to identify what systems are running that port as well, so that you can then go in and shut those systems down or disable the port or whatever it is that you need to do, patch the systems to fix the vulnerability. So I do a little scan here for port 3389. It's come up with the results. Notice again, and we already know this, that 10.0.0.1 does have port 3389 open. Notice in this example, I'm not getting a list of all the ports because you told Nmap, I just want you to scan port 3389 across the network. And then here it's saying, okay, port system 10.0.0.19 is also a system that's up and running, but it does not have that port open. See the closed state there. So that's very useful as well. Now, if you wanted to, you could kind of build off that. So I'll use my up arrow to go to my previous command, and you could say, okay, I want to know what systems are running 3389, 80, 21. So you could pick a few different ports, maybe the SQL one as well, 1433. Notice that I can comma separate the ports that I want to scan without having a space. So you just comma separate them all, and then you have a space, and then it's the IP address that you want to scan. So I'm going to scan for those 4 port numbers across our network. It'll take a little bit longer. Oh, that wasn't too long, only a few more seconds. So it comes up with the results here. It says, okay, system 10.0.0.1 has port 21 open, has port 80 open, 1433 is open, and 3389. But this other computer of 10.0.0.19 has all those ports closed, right? So from a penetration testing point of view and from a hacker's point of view, when they're doing their port scans, this 10.0.0.1 system becomes priority, right? They want to, this system has the ports open. So let's try and see if we can exploit that system. Now I have one more port scan that I want to show you. It's an important one because when I scan, so Nmap-st, when I use the TCP Connect scan against, let me do it again actually, 10.0.0. I'll just do the one system. When I do the TCP Connect scan and I hit enter here, we saw that what I have as an end result is I know that the ports are open. So port 21, port 80, port 3389 are open. But what's important is that right now we're doing our network reconnaissance. We're trying to collect information about the systems. So I know port 21 is open, port 80 is open, port 1433, port 3389. To the right, they tell you what type of service it is, whether it's an FTP or a Microsoft SQL server. But if I don't know what that is, I would just go to Google and search TCP port 1433, and very quickly you'd find out that that's a port used by Microsoft SQL Server. So the point is that there's different versions of software that's used to open this port. So there's different versions of SQL Server, right? There's different versions of web server software. There's different versions of FTP server software. And my goal here is to collect information so that I can turn around and try to find vulnerabilities on the services that are opening these ports. But I need to know the version of the software because version 2 will have different vulnerabilities than version 1, let's say. So this next command is really cool. I'm going to do an Nmap dash, I want to do a lowercase s, which means I'm going to do a scan, and I'm going to do a capital V, which is a version scan. And I'm going to go and do 10.0.0.1, and I'm going to hit enter. And what's going to happen is it's going to do a port scan, but it's going to come back and tell me the version of the software that's running on each of those ports. And that becomes extremely useful information as I now start researching, are there any vulnerabilities in the version of the software that was used by this system? Because once I know the vulnerabilities, then I can figure out how to exploit those vulnerabilities. So we'll give that a second here. Notice that it is taking a little bit longer. So because I'm digging for more detailed data, it does take the scan a little bit longer. All right, so it only took a few minutes longer. Let's scroll up here and see what we have. Okay, so we're doing an Nmap-SV of 10.0.0.1. I could have did the whole network segment, I should stress that. So I could have did 10.0.0.0/24. I chose to just do the one system in this example. Notice there's port 21 that's open, and it's an FTP service. So you get the same information, but notice that we now have this version column. And the version is trying to tell you what version of the software. So in this first example, it just comes up and says, oh, that's a Microsoft FTP server. So although it didn't tell me what version, it did tell me it's not a Linux system, it's a Microsoft FTP service. So I can go and try to research exploits against the Microsoft FTP service. But look at port 80 here. 80, I get a bit more detail. It is HTTP, but notice that it says, oh, this is Microsoft IIS version 10.0. So there I've got an actual version number. So now I can start researching vulnerabilities in Microsoft IIS 10.0, which will also lead me how to exploit those vulnerabilities, right? So that's very useful. Also, if I come down bottom here, so I do have Microsoft SQL Server, is the 1433, and then we also have our Microsoft Terminal services. Again, I didn't get version-specific numbers in those cases, but I did for like the IIS web server, and also it looks like here we do have it for the RPC service over HTTP. It looks like version 1 as well. So very useful is to perform this version scan to try to find out what version of the software is running on that port. Okay, one final demo is how to perform a UDP-based scan. So all of these scans that I've done are all TCP-based. So let's do an Nmap-SU for UDP and 10.0.0.1. Oh, so again, it comes up and says, hey, you need to have root privileges to do that. So I'm going to do a switch user. So our sudo nmap-su 10.0.0. And my password. So this will do a UDP-based port scan, and I'm trying to think, there's a couple ports that are open that are UDP-based. All right, so it only took probably about 30 to 45 seconds, but I can see that we're doing a scan of 10.0.0.1. The host is up and running, so it did a ping on it first. And then down below, we actually see there's only one port. It is running a DNS service. So it does see port 53 UDP is open.